Hello friends, I'm Christopher. As I'm filming this, it's Friday the 6th of September 2024. Welcome back to the garden. I've got a little bit of overcast for the time being. So let's take a look where we stand now. I'm doing a lot of weeding for stuff that needs to get fixed. And it's the end of the season, so we are pulling and we're doing that kind of work. Things are just done, so we pulled them. The cucumbers were all done and yellowing and browning. Pulled it. The beans were done. Ditto with them. I pulled out the few Jerusalem artichokes that were growing and the ground cherries. The project I swore I'd do during the summer, I still haven't touched. That's part of the cleaning now. The pruning will happen here a little while later. Hey, here comes the sun. Pulled out all of the squash that was in here. I had a late season squash bug infestation. I still had the pumpkins growing and the squash bugs are getting them, but we're going to be optimistic and hope that the cold snap kind of kills off the squash bugs, because we have 1, 2, 3. So we shall see. End of season raspberries are right now too. Of course, I have to come out when it is cold to harvest them, or else the bees are getting me, because it's the end of the season and they're cranky. I've harvested maybe 3 or 4 of these colanders full of green tomatoes and tomatillos to make salsa verde. Ole! All the trees are done with their fruit. We had a lovely harvest. The pears, we ended up just eating straight, a few of them. Many of them got away from us, I'm afraid, because of timing when we were gone last month on vacation. Peach trees are all done. Those are processed. The Mac apple here is the only thing that really put off a good apple harvest, and it was spectacular. It really was touching, harvesting apples with the girls and then eating them. I've got maybe 3 left from the batch. All done. They were great in lunches, great as a snack to go, just the best. And we'll get even more next year. How's that to look forward to? Hey, before we go out in the front, I want to take you back and show you how the herb garden that we started this spring turned out. Really wonderful. Now I'm going to be doing some end season harvesting here. You can see that everything grew together confluently and it's full. So next spring I'll be doing some dividing. But we have been, I tell you, we've been using fresh herbs in the kitchen since we planted that. And that's cool. There's nothing like fresh oregano and fresh parsley and fresh lemon flavored things for tea. It's cool. I got to figure out how to dry them and maybe give them to some neighbors who do like soaps that are scented with herbs. Dry them and use them for cooking over the winter time. New things to learn. Let's take a look at some of the flower gardens in the fall. I mean, this plant is just spectacular. We've got fresh flowers in September time. How neat is that? Look at how tall the grass is there, the zebra grass, 4 or 5 feet. But here, the autumn joy clematis. Unbelievable. This is really the first year of it. And it looks like fairy magic. Don't you think? From the ground height up, that's like 9 feet. So we've got the verticality that we dreamed of. The rose did a great job climbing this year. And some of the new ivy is coming in well too. These coneflowers lasted for well over a month. Same here. Really just some lovely color. And now we've got this autumn sedum here. And you can see that that is starting to blush as well. A whole row of that you can see from the street. And speaking of the street, you don't need to get too close, but you can see some experiments that were a failure. These canna lilies I thought for sure would have enough sunlight, but they did nothing. Very disappointing. Don't know if it was a bad batch of bulbs I got or what. And then, remember this? My prairie grass, well, not prairie grass, but my meadow flower terrace here. I'm afraid it died and the grass and weeds took over. I'll be cutting that down this week and tilling and laying down tarp for a couple weeks, because we're going to do winter seeding again, fresh with a different seed mix. I'm going to till it early, real deep, and like I said, put down cardboard and tarp and really kill anything so we have a fresh starting, and hopefully we'll have a better result next year. Things are slowing down in the front. You can see the pots still have flowers in them. Otherwise, there's nothing really. We got some cone flowers, a little bit of echinacea. And the last bit of color is in Phyllis's garden. But even if there's not color, there's some lovely shape. Look at the interesting textures. You know, the bit of milkweed there. This phlox that lasted a long, long time. I wish this hydrangea would grow more. That butterfly bush back there is beautiful. One last lonely soldier. Nice to see. Oh, this autumn sedum will be nice for her to look at. And look, one more hosta still in bloom. Beautiful white flowers. Just lovely. I'd say thus concludes the garden season. Effectively it does, right? I'm ripping out the vegetable garden. The flowers I leave well until the first snowfall. Sometimes I'll even leave them until February or so before I clip them down, let the seeds fall where they may over the winter time. But we're just getting ready for the cold months ahead. Fall and spring are my two favorite seasons. Right? Yeah, got the flannel on. Today's high is 63. What is it right now? 56. Ooh, this is Christopher weather, I tell you. It was a beautiful year in the garden. Great bounty. My freezers are bursting, and I'm making jam, and I'm going to be making salsa this coming week. And all sorts of lovely things to share and to sell and to enjoy. So, hope you had a lovely season yourself. I guess I'll end with this autumn joy clematis in the background. And I'll catch you again in a couple weeks as we just tear things up and do some pruning that I've promised for a long time. Thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.